Hey guys, so let's get onto it. This is part two. So, the Beastie Boys. I think they're pretty good. I'll be honest, I don't think they're overrated. A lot of people think they're overrated because they say they're not real hip hop. They were just a punk band that kind of climbed their way to the hip hop scene to to profit off hip hop. But I disagree with that statement because if you think about it, I think the Beastie Boys did the same thing what Elvis did back in the day, really. If you think about it in that sense. They opened up the doors to more ideas what music can be, and I think that's a good thing. And also, too, I think the Beastie Boys are they cheesy? Yeah, I mean, any music in any genre in its early form is gonna have some cheesiness. So yes. So I appreciate the Beastie Boys for what they did, and to be honest, I wouldn't mind seeing kind of a comeback album. I can't remember correctly, but correct me if I'm wrong on this. I think their frontman died, maybe? I don't know, but I still wouldn't mind seeing a comeback album of the BC Boys. I think they have had a lot of attention, and I wouldn't mind seeing them come back in many ways. I know they're doing a documentary now, so I wouldn't mind seeing that. Here's a band where a lot of people think is overrated, and I kind of see where they're coming from, and that's the Beach Boys. A lot of people, kind of with the BC Boys, Beach Boys, BC Boys, um, they're not surf rock, they were just kind of propping off surf rock and making these cheesy songs, teeny bopper songs. Which, yeah, they kind of were. But if I'm going to be honest, Surfing USA is a catchy song. I don't know. I grown up with the Beach Boys, so I'm kind of biased on this one. I am kind of biased on this one because, to be fair, Brian Wilson is actually a good songwriter. So, are they overrated? They're kind of in the middle of being overrated and overplayed, honestly. So, yeah. Okay, moving on to Blink-182. Now, I know what you're probably going to think. Oh, Jacob hates that pop punk stuff. Keep in mind, I think Blink-182 matured a little bit over time. I think they're so overrated in the fact I don't really care about them because they're so, well, pop punk. But for a pop punk band, they could have been worse, honestly. I mean, they're not bad. I think they have some okay tunes, and honestly, I think they could play their music well for what they do. So it's kind of take it or leave it type thing. I honestly don't care for pop punk, so you wouldn't see me buy one of their CDs, even though I do have one of their CDs because a friend gave it to me, but they're not bad, honestly. I think Green Day is worse, and My Chemical Romance is way worse. So you could do way worse than Blink-182, in my opinion. Okay, moving on to Tupac. So we're going back to hip hop. A lot of people, when it comes to Tupac, it's mostly because the beef back in the 90s with Tupac and Biggie. And I will get to Biggie in a little bit because I kind of want to transition to Biggie because what I have to say about Tupac is kind of the same thing I got to say about Biggie. The thing about Tupac is he had some good tunes. He was a master of rhyming. However, was he the best of hip-hop? In my opinion, no. He wasn't the best of hip-hop. He wasn't even far. neither, and we're gonna get to Biggie right now because I'm just gonna tie them together. Neither was Biggie. I love Biggie as a lyricist, but was he the best? No. Kind of like Tupac. Well, you may be saying what was the best. To me, when it comes to hip hop, I'm more of an 80s rap fan. 'Cause to me, that was the golden years. Like, I think any Public Enemy song is better than Tupac or Biggie. Honestly, if we're gonna talk numbers here, I mean, Public Enemy will blow you away. But I just never really. I mean, I like Tupac fine. I always like Biggie fine, but I never got the full on hype of these bands, of these rappers. Because I think the 80s were a little better. In fact, I don't really follow a lot of hip hop nowadays, but a little bit, if you listen to some of like the underground stuff nowadays, they take a lot more from the more Public Enemy side of hip hop, which I think is fantastic. And I'm not annoying the 90s hip hop. I think a lot of that stuff was great, but I feel like a lot of when people think about Tupac, they don't really think about his music anymore, really. They usually just think of the beef they had with Biggie. At least that's my impression of it. And if you really go to his catalog and Biggie's catalog, they're good, but I wouldn't say they hold up. Not like a Public Enemy or even an NWA would hold up. I don't know. Personally, I prefer NWA or like a Public Enemy or any of those. Personally, so are they overrated? Yeah. I think in any means they are, but they're so good rappers. Were good rappers, and I will recommend them, even though I do think they get a little too much praise. Metallica. Let's talk about Metallica for a second. A little metal. I affirm over Megadeth, but more when I get older, though. I will admit they kind of went downhill, and I don't know if I consider them to be overrated or overplayed, but I think they're kind of like, again, in the middle of being overrated and overplayed. I will give it this. Their early years was good. I wouldn't say it was the best of metal, but it was good for what it did. Honestly, if I'm going to listen to that type of music, I would rather listen to like, Black Sabbath or something. I don't know. It's one of those things. Metallica is just one of those things. When you get older, you just it's fine. But I mean, how many times can you listen to like Inner Sandman over and over again? And to be fair, they have better songs than that. You know, they have Obey Your Master. They have Say About True. But even those songs are kind of, once in a while you get sick of them. Okay, so now here's an artist I just don't understand why anyone would say she's overrated. And that is Janis Joplin. Keep in mind, this is my opinion, but honestly, I think Janis Joplin was one of the best female artists of all time. Okay, so Janis Joplin, she was fine, but she only released a couple good records with her band, Big Brother and the Holding Company. She never said anything. Never said anything! Are you crazy? Are you serious? She said a lot more at the time, and I would even argue she said a lot more than Bob Dylan, honestly. I mean, I'm a big Bob Dylan fan. Don't get that confused. But Janis Joplin was just amazing. And her voice, what she can do with her voice and mono. I don't know much about singing ability, really. I should, because I'm a singer, technically. But I don't know much. But what I do know, Janis Joplin is one heck of a good singer. I'm not even going to say good. She's the best. She's honestly the best. Just a great vocalist, lyricist. Janis Joplin is awesome. Check her music out if you haven't heard of her before, but she's awesome. So I'm gonna wrap this up, but I want to finish off saying The Doors. Now, I always said The Doors is a good band, though I don't like Jim Morrison's personality. And to be fair, his voice can get a little nauseous here and there. But I do like The Doors in many ways, and I would argue The Doors is probably one of the best groups that came out of the 60s. They are overrated in the fact they are kinda... Excuse me. Iron Butterfly was a better band, and they should have got more hits. I'm gonna leave it at that. But, tell me what you think about it.